Oh my god, I have my sound turned up so I can hear you, but then
Yeah.
it's just like, ah!
Blah, blah, blah.
Dude, project.
So we're back.
We are back, and we were on a mission, possibly from God, possibly from the devil. Who can really say?
You know, considering what we put ourselves through.
And are still continuing to put ourselves through, because we have.
Oh yes, because it's brilliant little rabbit hole we found for ourselves.
Oh my god, we are pure sadomasochists, because not only have we inflicted this on ourselves, but we're also apparently inflicting it on a bunch of other people too, who are, well, no, they're actually going and watching all these horrible movies that I've been posting about on my page.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, why are you, like, I'm literally telling you it's bad. But again, it's like, hey, smell this, it smells awful. Taste it, it tastes awful.
Look at this, it's gross.
Yeah, like, oh, let me see. So we have been watching horrible horror movies, and when I say horrible, I don't mean like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, because that is like art cinema in comparison to some of the stuff we've been watching.
And you know, it's hard to tell, is it intentionally bad or are they sincere when they're making it? That's the hard thing.
I mean, if it's a trauma film, you know that it's intentionally bad because it's trauma. Their signature is a bad movie, like gleefully done, horribly, and I appreciate that. You know, they have a spot in my heart.
Ever since Toxic Avenger, I will always love trauma.
Exactly, and so one of Trauma's films up until yesterday made the top of the list of bad horror films. Gutboy, A Badtime Story, was #1 for the longest, topping all the other ones, because I mean we watched some bad ones. Birdemic.
Tell us about Gutboy.
Okay, so Gutboy is a trauma film. It's a Badtime story, and it makes no sense, and it's marionettes. I was not expecting marionettes. Like, there's a level of trauma, and then trauma was just like, yeah, no, forget that level. We're gonna
go deeper.
Yeah, like we have uncovered a new means of doing things. And I'm just like, wow, that is something. That is a thing that happened. And I mean, that, you know, like Birdemic up until that point had topped the list, because Birdemic was awful. So
what's the premise?
I don't even know. CGI birds attack a town. I don't know why. Global warming, birds. Alfred Hitchcock, the end. I don't know. So I watched the Rifftrax version of Birdemic, because I was like, man, I'm looking at it and I see, like, you know, in the trailer it was already looking bad, and I'm like, there's a Rifftrax version. I'm gonna watch the Rifftrax version, because who doesn't love a good Mystery Science Theater 3000? And even the Rifftrax version was so bad. Like, there came a point where I was literally just like contemplating, like, hitting my head against the floor just for fun, because it was so bad.
I did not watch Birdemic yet.
Oh, it's bad. So to give,
however,
oh, go ahead.
Watch Nazis in Space. Iron Sky. Nazi base on the dark side of the moon.
Of course.
Where the last vestiges of humanity took over the base and went to live in the old Nazi base.
Because
and then new Nazis came.
Wouldn't they be neo-Nazis?
No, the original.
Just new Nazis? Okay. So
as in Nazis that had not been there before.
So brand new old stock.
Yes.
Still in box.
Yes.
So for the for the uninitiated, the list so far. I mean, I compiled the list that I was watching. I might have to add Nazis on the Moon for that one.
Okay.
So what I've already watched is Christmas Twister. In fact, this whole debacle started with Christmas Twister.
Which, oh my god, was so bad.
Oh my god. And that was, I don't think, intentionally bad.
No, I think they were in earnest.
They were, and
They were
which
trying
it's
to
like The
say
Room.
something.
You know, like there was The Room before it became like a comedy. It was billed as a drama, and a very serious one at that. And I was just like, this is the worst movie I think I've ever seen, and I've seen Teeth. So for those who don't know me well, I really love watching horrible movies.
Same.
So started off with Christmas Twister, and then from there we just kind of spiraled. Llamageddon, which surprisingly pretty entertaining. I mean, space llamas with laser beams. Laser beam
eyes. Sometimes animated.
Yeah, like I didn't get that part. Like all of a sudden, it just went to like anime, and then it went back to like
trying to do like a heavy metal kind of thing.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And then VelociPastor, which I'm sorry, Chef's Kiss. You need to watch VelociPastor if you have not seen it.
I've seen it.
No, I'm saying for the people out there, if you have not collectively seen VelociPastor, you need to see it. It's free on Amazon.
Which is funny because he's not even a pastor, he's a priest.
Yeah, which got really like crazy to me because I'm like, wait a second, is he a priest or a pastor? Because if he's a pastor, he can totally hook up with the hooker doctor lawyer.
Yes, which she is a hooker doctor lawyer.
She is an actual hooker doctor lawyer, which
she's putting herself through med school and also medical law school and
by being a hooker. That whole movie was just brilliant.
Best line in a movie ever. You know anybody looking for a hooker doctor lawyer?
There's a load for hooker doctor lawyers. My favorite was when the girl is literally running through the woods and she's got an arrow sticking out of her chest. And the guy's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like,
No, she's not.
I think she's having a bad day, dude. Yeah. Come on, dude, bro, get with it. And then from there it went to Birdemic, and then Stuffings, which is either out of New Zealand or Australia. I couldn't place the accent. Stuffings was pretty bad. It was not good. Like it was actually bad. Wherein this, so it was sort of Wickerman-y / Jack Frosty. I don't know what it was trying to be, but whatever it was trying to be, it just became like Santa Scarecrow movie. Like, yeah, Night of the Santa Scarecrow. I don't know what it was supposed to be. And I think the only person in that movie who had a lick of common sense was the 12-year-old who was like, guys, we need to go. Like, I'm being chased by a pedophile ring and we need to go. And I was like, kid makes sense. Of course, nobody listened to her.
How Thankskilling?
I have not seen that one yet. That is on the list though. Yeah, and Thankskilling 3, which was the turkey had to kill Thanksgiving 2. Or Thankskilling 2. So yeah, there was that. The Wolf of Snow Hollow was actually enjoyable. I liked it. I would watch it again.
I haven't seen that one yet.
The main actor is, I think he went to the Nicolas Cage School of Acting, but instead of like where Nicolas Cage kind of like is, you know, quiet and under the radar until like something makes him snap, and then all of a sudden for no reason he's just crazy. This guy was just that switch crazy. Was flipped from the beginning.
Well, you know what I really enjoyed was Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
It was a good romp.
I think it was meant, they were sincere in the making of it, and I didn't find it funny. I just found it really good.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. The title makes it seem like, oh boy,
a parody kind of thing, but yeah, it's actually a lot of fun.
And I read the book.
History.
Yeah, and I read the book, so when I watched the movie, I was kind of like, okay, I kind of know what to expect already, and obviously the title is a giant spoiler. So if you haven't watched it yet, spoiler alert: Abraham Lincoln hunts vampires. I don't want to shock anybody with that. Yeah, and then Hellarious was pretty good. That was funny. That was kind of a horror movie anthology. Killer Sofa was awful. Just
it was
awful.
So bad.
It was so bad. I literally laughed when the recliner stood up and had a dead body in it.
And that's the thing. They call it sofa, but it's a chair.
Yeah, it's a recliner.
I mean, just everything about that movie I found hilarious.
Yeah, when it started talking, and I was like,
AJ watched it with me, and he was like,
"Why is the chair talking?
Are we really doing this right now?
We're doing it."
Oh yeah, buddy, we're doing it.
We're all in, or we're not in at all.
I watched it last night. He's like, "So it's a bad movie Tuesday?" I was like, "Oh yeah,
it's a bad movie every day, kid." And just when I thought it couldn't get worse, I watched Sharks of the Corn.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm about to watch Santa Shark.
Santa Jaws. Oh my god.
Santa Jaws.
Oh my god. So bad. They're about on par. Except that Sharks of the Corn has 100% more breasts. For no reason whatsoever. Like, literally, there is a naked chick running through a cornfield, and they are just, it's a chest shot. There is nothing else going on. It just boobs bouncing. And I'm like, really, dude? Really? And then even when she's dead and she's laying on the ground, boob shot. And I'm like, really?
Boobing bootastically.
Yeah, she was boobing bootastically. But, which one was it that I just watched? Beasterday. Beasterday has knocked all of the other bad movies off the chart. Not only with badness, but with boobs. It's just boobing bootastically everywhere. And I'm just like, wow, I have never seen so much gratuitous nudity ever in a horror movie since like Friday the 13th, which made more sense to have nakedness than what they're doing. So Beasterday, and it's also got nightmare fuel. Like, there is an actual scary element to this movie where it looks like they took a badly taxidermied rabbit and tried to turn it into a Chuck E. Cheese animatron.
Speaking of badly taxidermy rabbit, Night of the Lepus, Lepus.
Lepus, yeah.
Yes.
I love it.
Is it Lepus?
Yeah, so bad.
Oh my gosh. So very bad.
So yeah, I mean, we've gone through the Selling. I will recommend The Selling. It was hilarious, and I could actually watch it with my kid. Sharks of the Corn, my son kind of snuck over a little bit. My son's 10 for reference, and he kind of snuck over and was like looking over, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Watching Sharks of the Corn." He's like, "Sharks of the Corn," and I'm like, "Yes." I was like,
"Mommy, you understand why that doesn't make sense, right?"
And I'm like, first 5 minutes, chick's running through the cornfield. All of a sudden, she's like, "Shark!" And I lost it. I fell off the couch laughing because I'm like, land shark. So I let him watch like a small clip where they're actually showing the sharks swimming through the cornfield. It's so bad.
Are we bad parents?
I didn't let him watch past that. I was just like, look, here's the shark swimming through the cornfield. Now go back and play with your magnet stick.
No. Because we allow the children to watch something that shows sharks swimming in a cornfield and Nazis on the moon.
I haven't seen Nazis on the Moon yet. But he did watch The Selling with me, and we both had a really good laugh about that one, because that it's a real estate agent. He's trying to get money for like his mom because she's sick, and they decide they're gonna flip a house, and it's a haunted house, and he's just trying to act like everything's normal, and he's just like, and he's like, it's a little drafty, and like all the cabinet doors are like flying open and closed. And he goes in the bathroom, he's like, there's running water, and the faucet turns on. So that movie is actually very entertaining. And then at one point his mom like gets possessed and he like goes to hug her and she's like, ah, and she starts like doing the demon thing and he's like, ah, and he jumps back and she stops. She's like, what's the matter, sweetie? And he's like, Mom, are you okay? And he goes to touch her. She's like, ah. He's like, he backs up. So I started doing that to my kid because I was like, ah, every time he goes to hug me. So I did it to him, he did it to me. We had a good laugh. And then there was, what movie did we watch where it was like witchcraft? I think it was the end of Sharks of the Corn, because I was like, okay, the nudity has to be done by now because now we're up to the goddess shark. And like the dude,
wait, stop. The goddess shark.
It is a cluster of a movie. Like you could literally build a film version of Swiss cheese with the plot holes in this movie. Yeah, don't try to make sense of it. Just sit back and enjoy it.
I'm imagining you don't watch for the plot.
Oh no. There's boobs bouncing boobily. But that's it. Like at the beginning, there's boobs bouncing boobily, and then I'm like, okay, are they gonna like show other boobs or something? But then at the end, there's like this whole like sacrifice thing, and the one part, like this guy sitting there and he's like watching all of this going down and he's like, witchcraft. And my son looks at me, he goes, Mommy. I was like, what? And he goes, oh, witchcraft. So now we do that randomly to each other too.
Nice.
Let's see what else. Gutboy, of course. Comedy of Terrors with Vincent Price. Not a bad horror movie at all.
It's actually pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, it's Vincent Price, Peter Lorre, and Boris Karloff, and it's hysterical. I feel like there was a Shakespeare adaptation into that one. And then The Haunted Hotel was actually very amusing. That was another like horror anthology taking place in a haunted hotel.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
It is.
I think that we need to compile a list.
I have the list.
Like a master list and post it. And post it.
I did post it. It's on my wall.
On the
well, yeah, that too.
Box.
Yes. So if you are along for the ride, people at home, we are also on the list is Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter. We already said Santa Jaws, Thankskilling, The Happening. Yeah, my sister, like, she's like, here, look at this YouTube clip, and it was Marky Mark going, no. I was just like, what is happening? The Happening, apparently. I have yet to watch that. I have yet to watch Panman. I have yet to watch Inhumanwich. I'm also shelling out cash to watch The Dead Don't Die because I love Bill Murray and Adam Driver. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's a bad movie at all. So
it's not. It's actually really funny.
I'm gonna like rinse my mind with that one, I think, and along with Killer Clowns from Outer Space and Vampire's Kiss. So we've also got Tsunambee, and then we've got 1313 Giant Killer Bees, which from the trailer looks like it was really trying to be on Cinemax, but then kind of went all over the place with that into Giant Killer Bee territory. And of course there's like CGI bees. Poolboy, Drowning Out the Fury. This is a gem that I found while lost in the rabbit hole. It's starring Danny Trejo and Kevin Sorbo.
Oh my god. What? Is this on Prime?
Yes. I will be watching it.
I'm gonna watch it today.
Yeah, right. So I was a Teenage Wereskunk and Piranha DD. I'm already dreading Piranha DD. I may watch that first and then go to Poolboy because I'm just like, like I saw the first Piranha and it wasn't great.
No, I remember. traumatized me though, because I was little.
Well, I mean, it's piranhas, and
I really thought piranhas were going to be more of a problem as I got older.
I thought that and quicksand, really.
Yeah.
I thought quicksand was going to be everywhere, which it turns out if you're playing in a rock quarry, it is. FYI, kids. There is quicksand in a rock quarry. So yeah, and then I'll probably also watch Evil Dead, all of them, including the series, just to brain bleach that whole thing.
And that's how we're spending our winter break.
Yeah, I have literally, I've been knitting what my sister and I affectionately refer to as the cat butt shawl, because the flower pattern right now, before it's blocked, looks like little cat butts like all over the place. I'm like, it's amazing because no matter how you look at this shawl, it's going to have cat butts, much like a cat. No matter which angle you look at it from, all you see is its butt.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we've got COVID in my house, so
it's back again. Never left. It's like the house guest that just never leaves. It's like, yeah, sure, stay here for like a night, and then all of a sudden it's like a month later. You're like, why are you still here?
I'm going to get tested today again.
Well, I know you had the one active case. Was there a potential other case?
Well, yeah, me.
You, okay.
Because the dude is positive. The little dude. And he's doing okay. He's got like fevers, and it's like he has a bad cold. But they were more concerned about if I get it and what that can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, so I've been off of my immunosuppressants, so hopefully I'm not feeling great because everything hurts, but
bad horror movies make it better.
Bad horror movies definitely make it better.
So somehow the pain is better when you inflict it on yourself.
More bearable when you're doing it to yourself.
Exactly. And I mean, these are just some awful, awful movies.
Yeah.
So if you've watched these movies, let us know what you think down in the comments. Or if you think we should add something to our list, post it down in the comments and we'll get it added and we'll watch it. And then
we'll do it.
Yeah, we'll
do it.
We'll watch it.
Afraid.
Yeah. And I had to take a break in the middle of watching VelociPastor because my son wanted to watch Ghostbusters Answer the Call. AKA Girl Ghostbusters. So, which he enjoyed more than the original. And I was like, I can't blame him. I mean, it was a solid story. It was hysterical, like just nonstop funny. It had the slapstick, it had the cerebral, it had the special effects, the tried and true tropes of the original as well, and then cameos by everybody except Rick Moranis. Rick Moranis didn't show up in that. I don't know if he's going to show up in Afterlife. I do want to see Afterlife. But yeah, so post recommendation.
Comment, something.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back.
We'll be back.
Yeah. We'll be back probably with like more in-depth reviews of some of these because there's a lot to unpack.
Yeah, and if you want an in-depth review of anything that we've mentioned, please let us know. We'll do it.
Oh yeah, we'll watch it.
We're not afraid.
We'll watch it twice. Maybe.
Maybe 3 times.
Unless it's Santa Jaws, I'm not watching that twice.
I'm skeptical about watching it once.
So bad. I mean, there's a really hilarious part that I'm not gonna. It's even sad to say like spoilers because it's just like, okay, yeah, you bought the ticket, you take the ride. And in this case, somebody handed you the ticket.
Yeah.
So yeah. All I gotta say is sharpened candy cane. Sharpened giant candy cane.
Oh Lord.
And Unishark. Yeah, I mean, the end is so predictable if you haven't figured it out by, like, I don't know, the first 20 minutes. Then there's really no hope. Either that or your brain is just mush at that point. So yeah. So go, watch, enjoy.
Yeah. Don't say we didn't warn you.
It's true. You have been warned. Caveat emptor.
Mwah.